Welcome to the PDR Universe podcast with your hosts, Žan and Zeeshan.
Hey everyone, welcome to the PDR Universe podcast. I cannot say welcome back because it's the first episode, and me and Zeeshan decided that we will bring a new podcast to you guys, to the PDR world, because we believe we have some good stuff to share. We believe we can bring on good guests, and we believe we can maybe try to bring some podcasting into the European side, but not also that we can also try to merge it with the American side and the rest of the world, right? So have a great big podcast knowledge here. What do you think, Zeeshan? Why do you think this is going to be a great podcast?
So I think our industry is growing more and more, and it is getting even more popular by the adjusters, by our own local activities where we do already our jobs and everything. And I think it would be cool because in America you see a lot of podcasts talking about tools, talking about technicians, and it's quite a scene there. And I was thinking, I had this idea in my head like for a long time, like I want to do a German podcast, but doing a German podcast as in the language that's in this PDR industry, it's a really small niche. And then you approached me, and I was thinking, he's just joking with me, as we met in Texas, with asking me, well, what do you think about the podcast? And I was like, oh man, what? Of course, if you ask me for a podcast, I wouldn't say no. But it's a great idea from you, broadcasting from Europe mainly, and giving PDR technicians the opportunity to hop on these podcasts. I think maybe would be great thing, just talking PDR. It's a whole lifestyle by itself. So we are all in our own local areas doing our stuff, and I often feel like I'm a lone ranger on the field, like hopping in body shops. So I'm mainly a mobile technician, so I hop onto body shops, I hop onto dealerships, I do some retail stuff, but always at the body shop. So it is you have a bunch of every part of the PDR salesmanship, I would say. So the craft comes after that. So you gotta sell yourself, and there is a lot of stuff that I've seen now in the last year at all these occasions where you could participate. Like I was in Texas where we met the first time at the PDR college seminar, and then it was in Canada. There was a little cam auto seminar training with Guedes, and it is the first year where I started looking out for this whole PDR industry, and searching out for more knowledge, and in the search of finding knowledge, I'm finding more and more friends and people who share the same passion you have. And as I said, a little bit I took the bat and I swiped the ball a little too wide right now. So as a Lone Ranger, we do our job, and we get home, and we try to figure out what did I mess up with that dent, and that customer was a little difficult. How would someone else manage with that? And you look up in the Google or Instagram, and you see another PDR tech in your area, and like, okay, let's try to talk with him a little bit, just a little chit chat, and and in 99% of the times, the other guy sees you as competition. So they don't want to be friends with you. They just want to do their job. And like in every industry, there are, like, from 100% of the people, there are maybe like 50% that are really passionate. And getting all these passionate people on one place, and to be to exchange our knowledges. Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, in Europe it's hard. Like you said, you wanted to do a podcast in German language.
Yeah.
And there is so many different countries in Europe, so many different languages. It's very hard to do it. Yeah, you could do it, but your reach would be very small if you do it just in German.
Yeah.
Even for me, if I did it in my language, it would be even smaller. We are a small country of Slovenia with 2 million people, so that would be pointless. So that's why we decided to do this in English, so we can basically not just Europe, but we can grab the whole world as set from the beginning. And this podcast is for any PDR technician and anyone who wants to get into PDR or is just interested into PDR in general, right? We want to bring the knowledge. We want to bring real PDR stories from real technicians such as ourselves, and just have some fun with this podcast.
Yeah, great. Maybe we'll have some live podcasts soon in the near future, and
Yep.
we'll broadcast from expos by itself and have people to discuss with us.
We are stuck in our home offices, home studios, but yeah, we're looking forward to doing this in the long term, right? And we are looking forward to bringing you live from locations as well. But for the first episode, we decided that we should get to know Zeeshan a bit more. The second episode, we're gonna go and meet me more. So let me tell you first about how me and Zeeshan met from my point of view, and then Zeeshan can chime in from his point of view. The first time I met Zeeshan was when we went to Advanced Skills Seminar in Texas.
Wow.
But Zeeshan, I heard of you before and from the Cam Auto competition. I think that was in, when was the Cam Auto
Was
competition?
in July or July?
Yeah, I
of
think,
these two
it was June, July, somewhere there in the
July.
main hail season. I couldn't go
Yeah.
there, I couldn't attend. And also I was just, I've been, did that time of the year before that, I was traveling a lot from USA to December. I was in Japan and USA and then to Croatia and just everywhere. And I wanted to spend some time back home with my family, so I couldn't attend there and I couldn't meet you there. But I saw your name in the competitors list. You were competing there.
Yeah, right.
And also, listened to you on the podcast with Gene. Gene Fed is a great friend of mine. So if you are not listening to his podcast, go check it out.
Definitely,
It's on the every social media, right?
It's the
It's
Dent
called-
Repair Now podcast.
Yes, the Dent Repair Now podcast, Gene Fetty. He has a great podcast. Side note, he is one of my favorite, in our industry, one of my favorite speakers. When he goes on the stage, when he speaks, it's so fun to listen to him. He's so engaging. He's so fun. A really, really great speaker.
Oh yeah, he's a
But-
great guy.
Back to you, Zeeshan. I heard of you first time on Gene podcast. That was a quick 15-minute podcast, right? And that's the
Yeah.
only podcast you did so far?
Yeah, that was just a little sum up of the Cam Auto competitions, and just by coincidence I hopped on the video too.
Okay,
But yeah,
let's
getting Gene and Danny to know was a great experience, and they told me some about you, and I've heard a lot about you, but that's something for the next episode.
Yeah. So the first time we met was that's the first time I heard of you when you were at Cam Auto and I listened to the podcast of Gene. Then I met you at the Advanced Skills Seminar, and it was funny because I sat on a plane to fly from, where was that? I think
Frankfurt.
Yeah, from Frankfurt flight. I sat on the plane, and before I fly off and everything, before I go to my flight mode, I always just scroll on my phone. I take every last minute of the flight mode I can, right? So I was just scrolling, and I went to Facebook and I looking at stories, and I see your story, and you're like Frankfurt. You posted a story of sitting on a plane from Frankfurt. I'm like, we must be on the same plane. So I immediately, quickly wrote to you like, hey, Zeeshan, I think you're sitting on my plane.
Yeah, and maybe 50 minutes prior to that, as you posted this post, I looked at Facebook and I was like, oh, Jean is here. Dan, you gotta find him. Okay, let's go. And I was just walking through the whole terminal, and I didn't see you. And then, as I didn't see you, I just grabbed me some snacks and everything for the flight. And as I was going for the line, I was getting the mobile in my hand, and then I saw your message, and I was like, "Oh yeah, he acknowledged me, man." And then I was looking for you, but you were maybe you had some priority pass, so you got the fast line ticket.
I had
yeah.
how is it called, a premium economy ticket. So
Yes,
it's a
yes,
little
yes,
better
yes.
seat, little more leg room and everything. These long flights, man, I just try to fly premium economy. But now for the MTE that's coming in a month from now, I have an economy ticket, man. Me and my wife are coming to MTE, and we are both flying economy.
It's not that bad. I'm
Nah,
I'm
it's
I'm,
okay.
I'm getting used to that. So we're almost the same height, and when
Yeah.
you're lucky, you get an aisle seat. When you haven't done a seat reservation, and then it's pretty okay for the legs. But I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Yeah. So we were on the same plane. We get to Texas. We meet there at the hotel, and then we spend almost the whole week together at the
Yeah,
Advanced Skills Seminar, which was awesome. A lot of knowledge shared and everything. Um, that's basically how we met and started the first time talking about this, because
right.
I've been also thinking about making a podcast for a while, but I don't want to do it by myself, because I don't think I can just talk to the microphone by myself for an hour a week, right?
Yeah,
And I wanted someone to go back and forth, and I believe that is a way better conversation that you go back and forth with someone, and then if you bring more guests and stuff, it can turn out in something great and fun episode.
absolutely right.
Okay, but we are now talking in our story is now in the middle of last year basically, but that was 2025. But let's go back to the beginning when Zeeshan discovered. Well, let's go even way back. Zishan, tell us something about you. Where are you from? And where were you born? Stuff like this.
So I'm born here in Germany in 1993. I'm 32 years old, and but apparently I don't look German. So my origins are from Pakistan. My father came to Germany like in 1985 as he got a visa to come here, and he made the best out of his life. He provided for a good living for us. I'm happy for that, and he's maybe the main issue I found PDR. So, but we can talk about this later. And yeah, it is like I've had a pretty normal life, but I was not a good student. That was that was a big problem for me. So I went from the highest academic school from the beginning on. When you go from the normal school, from the small children's school, where you go to the fourth grade, and then you step up to the fifth grade. I go to the highest academical, and as I was at the ninth grade, you could find me at the lowest grade, and it was just I'm not that guy that can listen to something that doesn't
Enjoy.
make an enjoy that creates joy in myself. So,
Yeah.
but
I found out that there is a lot of similarities between a lot of dent guys. When I
yeah,
talked to a lot of them, like we were just having this debate not long ago. A lot of them, including me, we were not very great at school. Me personally, I was always in the middle, not great, not super bad, but just in the middle, let's say lower part of the middle, right? But we talked to other technicians, and story is kind of the same. Like everyone is somewhere there. I think it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
personality that we have to be dent guys. I
To
don't
be
know.
that guys, yeah, we are wired a little different up there. Yeah,
Yeah.
there must be something behind that. So
So
yeah,
that was the primary school, right? Then
that
you went to high school.
Yeah, that was this was primary school, and this what I've told you with going from the fifth grade to the ninth
Okay.
grade. That was the high school, yeah.
Okay. And after
And
ninth grade,
after
did you
ninth
go to
grade,
school?
so after ninth grade, I was too cool for school. I was kicked out of there, and I started washing dishes at the restaurant.
Okay.
with
How old
with
were you at that time?
I am 17 years old at that time.
Okay.
17. Before
Okay.
that, I was six. So yeah. Before that, I was in a McDonald's. So and and this was my first job, my first real job, and
So 16 years old at McDonald's
16
flipping
years old,
burgers.
flipping burgers, and being so bad at that, having such a bad pace. And we live at the French border, so the my the head chef, you could say, in the
Yep.
McDonald's was like a French woman, and the French people they are a little they can be a little bit rough, you could say. Yeah, but I didn't stay there for long, so it was like 2 or 3 months of that, and then I started dishwashing at the XXL burger restaurant, and it's one of a kind. It was in the German TV back in the day, but so till this day it doesn't exist anymore. And but until at that time I was going to the gym. I was doing a little bit of boxing, and I signed up at a new gym in
Hmm.
the capital of my province, so Saarbrücken. And it was a 24-hour gym, and they had the whole staff changement, because some people in there were doing really really weird stuff at the shop. So the boss kicked out everyone and had a whole new staff there. And then I started as an apprentice in sports and fitness management, and just got lucky that they needed people, and made really good friendships there, and learned team working there at that time. Definitely, but my main problem was still bad at school. So what did I
Okay.
do? I was 3 years in there, but it is funny to say, but I overslept my exams. So the day I had to do my exam, I overslept. So and it was
So
not.
so you went, if I understand correctly, you went back to school for this sport
No, no.
management degree.
So after, the German system is like you do this high school, and then you start apprenticeships, or you go studying to a university or something like that. And
Yes.
this was
Yes.
just apprenticeship for. You can be apprenticeship for bank salesman, or you can be apprenticeship for a plumber. Things
Yeah.
like this, and you don't get full. You don't get full salary. You get a third of the salary you get normally,
Hmm.
and you have to go to school, and it depends. There are ways that you go 2 weeks school, and then you go 2 weeks work. And
All right.
my apprenticeship was you go 2 days to the school, and 3 days you go to work. This fucked me up a whole lot. I'm
Okay.
not I need a structure. I need something where I where I can follow my own ways, and don't be always driven out of my road. So I need something. So maybe PDR is the case that
Yep.
I'm doing this to this day. But yeah, but I learned a lot of stuff, how to communicate with people, and how to behave myself, and how to sell myself. And after failing the exams, and at the job I was perfect. We were giving classes, and we were doing trainings plans, and I was really passionate about fitness. But the school part was the bad stuff. I couldn't handle it. So after this, at that time, my father started as a. Now he comes in the story. He started as a detailer, as for a big logistic company. So I don't tell the names. So
Yes.
we
Yeah.
will
Yeah.
not get
Yeah.
any problems or something like that.
No worries.
And
Yeah.
how do you say it? He was a
Yeah.
subcontractor. So we had. we had the spot to detail the cars. There were spots where people were doing body work. These were mainly Bulgarian peoples, and there were spots where they were only washing the cars on a washing street. So by a company that was run by some Turkish guys, and they were also the guys who provided for the PDR tech. So the system there is like this: you're a seasoned PDR tech, so and you find some other guy who really wants to be a PDR tech. You put him in, you take him with you for 1 year or 2 years, and he just watches over your shoulder like Dent Wizard did it back in the day. So without the proper training beforehand, just watch him, maybe only watching 3 months in my case, and then you send on your own track, and you go and you do the best you can do. And I saw these guys coming in and out. They were my age, and they were.
So, sorry to interrupt you. So your father started this company.
Yes,
and
yes.
You were there in helping him.
I was there detailing cars, and
okay. How old were you at that time?
I was
What year was that?
21 years old at that point.
Okay.
21, you can say. Yeah, 21 years old.
So that was in
2000,
2000.
15, 16, something around that.
Okay.
So
2015.
17 I started practicing PDR, but that was the time. So in this small time of detailing, I was at the bottom of the craft, really. It was as a subcontractor doing detailing at a big logistic company. You're a piece of you're just you can be happy if someone says hello to you. So
that's how they treat you, right?
That's how they treat you. Yeah.
It's not how you should feel.
It's not how you should feel. But it makes you feel that way. They should
not treat you like that, but the word is like this. People look at you differently if you are doing, like you said, a low man's job, right?
Oh yeah, that's the right word you could say, a low man's job. So it should be an honor job. People are doing so hard work, and not getting the acknowledge of this is just bad. So just come up to me and say hello, how are you? But they are like, oh, this car has this spot is still dirty. Do you want to do the job or not? Are you capable of cleaning a car? It's crazy. It's crazy, but. I hope the industry is like this. So you can look anywhere in the world. There will always be low income jobs where you are stuck in there, and you just want to get out of it as fast as possible. And that was something that was the case with me. The big thing was I was thinking, okay, now you are doing detailing with your father, and we will grow our company, and the logistic company had other places, and we will start another place at the other place from them, but it didn't all work out like we wanted, and it's just a subcontract culture. So you have a contract for 2 years, for 3 years, and after that there are 10, 20 companies waiting with lower
to get you out.
To get you out, yeah, and that's the point. So it's eat or be eaten, and it's really easy to be eaten in that industry, because everyone can start a detailing company, and if you got some connections here in Germany, it's a big thing. If you got some connections to Eastern Europe, you get your contacts, you have your workers who work for less money, but that money is big money there. So they're just doing the best of their life. So it's nothing to say bad about them, but it's something bad to say about that system. But what should they do? These guys came in and out, and they were almost every time beginner guys. So as these guys understand, okay, I'm capable of doing more, they leave they leave this company and they do their own thing, and it's like new people go,
Revolving
old
door.
people go out.
Revolving door.
Yeah. That's just like this. And but I got the opportunity to go with a guy, with two guys first. Then one guy left to his own place, and then it was only we two for like about 3 months. And he showed me the basics, how to find my tip, and how to position my light. And but oftentimes it was like I was asking specific questions, because from the beginning on I was looking up on YouTube and was very interested in this craft and wanted to learn as fast as possible, because at that point it is 2017 and I am 22 years old, and I have the urge to have something in my hands or in my head to make money out of it. Till to this day, my father is paying me, and I'm 22 years old. I'm grown ass man, and and I'm still not capable of taking care of myself.
So you started the first flipping burgers, then you went to detailing cars with your father, then you saw PDR guys come in, and when, if I understand correctly, when your father lost the contract because somebody offered a way cheaper price, I'm guessing.
Yes.
That's the time that you said maybe PDR is something I should look into. Am I correct?
That was it was as I started beginning PDR, it was as I started beginning detailing, it was like, oh, there is a job that is called PDR. If you want, you can do this. And I'm like, oh yeah, that sounds cool. What is this PDR? I want to see it. And then I saw it doing by this other guy, and I was, wow, this looks crazy and cool. Yeah, okay. Maybe someday, yeah, why not? And as the company was saying 6 months prior to my dad, hey,
Yeah.
we gonna end the contract to the end of the year. Then I was like, and I was going for 1 or 2 days prior in the normal time. I was going with them, but my father was calling and say, hey, I need you at the place. We got to detail the cars. The cars got to get out.
Yeah.
Don't jump around with the guys. So you got to make your own money.
Yeah.
But as it was clear that he's losing the station, it was clear for me, okay, I gotta do something, I gotta do anything. And I was just like desperate. I was desperate, and in this desperation, I just found a love in PDR. It is not that this love came from the first moment on by finding my tip and saying, wow, I love it.
Yeah. Nobody loves it at the start.
It was not.
It's something that
It was not. Yeah, it
it's
was
something
something.
that it looks interesting, it looks
Yeah.
fun, but when you're learning, it's very hard at the start,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
What was so how long? Quick answer. How long did it take you to learn from the time you started to the time you can
So
say, okay, I can do this by myself?
if you better ask me how long did it make till I make money with it,
Okay,
because
but
I haven't figured it out for 3 years.
all right. So
So
what
six
was
months.
okay? So in that part, in that 3 years
Yeah.
that you were figuring it out, what was the hardest part for you?
So the hardest part was for me to realize that if you got 10 dents out, the 11th dent will not come out by itself just because you have 10 dents on under your belt now. You got to
Yeah.
focus again on that dent. And I had always this feeling like, no, you are a pro already. No, you are a pro. You're a pro. No, I'm a pro. I'm still to this day. To this day, I know I'm not a pro. So maybe I will never be a pro, because we are lifetime learners in this craft, and
I,
it
I,
is
I
just
believe we come to a point that we can call ourselves pro, but I believe I am at that. I'm sure I'm there, that I can call
you
myself a pro.
10
But
times winner,
11.
11 times
Um,
PDR champion.
but the mindset as soon as you think you know it all and you stop learning, that's the when you lose, right? And I believe we can call ourselves pro at a certain point of our PDR careers, or any other career for that matter, but we still need to think that we don't know it all, and that we can and we do still learn every single day.
Yeah, and it took me years to come to that conclusion, that this is a
Yeah.
job that you have to be on your toes, you have to be on the top of your head all the time, all the time. It is not, of course, we got that all that autopilot modus in us, where we just pushing those everyday normal dance. But when it comes to that dance that is a little bit deeper, that is a little bit on an awkward space, then your skill comes in work, and it's just it is a great journey and I see that I'm by the years that I'm progressing. My wins are getting bigger and bigger, but my satisfaction is getting lower and lower, because you never you fix a big smash, you think you see here a flaw, you see there a flaw, you see, but then the customer comes and he's amazed by what you've done for his car, and at this moment you see, okay, you've done a good job, and don't be so hard to yourself. This is my problem, what I have. So sometimes I take stuff too seriously and forget that I'm doing a job. So
Yeah.
it's at the end of the day, we all gotta make our money, and but it's nothing to say that you gotta put your passion aside or something like that. But don't get intimidated by some stuff where it leads to nothing.
So, in the first 3 years when you were learning, did you, or maybe better question is, how many times did you think of quitting this job?
I never think of quitting of this job
No?
because I've overslept my exams. I didn't want. Maybe this was the thing in my head that I was saying to me, "Hey, this is your last station. This is your last opportunity to be great at something. So keep sticking to it." And I'm so glad that I stick to it. I didn't say, "Okay, let's do this for like half a day," and then, because I got opportunities as I was doing the PDR. Some people were asking, because I was at the same logistics central. My father was out, but
Yes.
I became the chance to train there, to work for them. So after 6 months I was able to make my own money, but I was not at the point where you could
Doing
say, okay,
PDR for them,
yeah,
right?
during PDR, yeah, I was not at that point where you could say, okay, he's a good tech and he's worth that money. But it was not much money per panel, so it was a win-win situation for both of us. So they got a cheap PDR technician because the other company was kicked out. The PDR company was kicked out too because they had other issues going on, that were a little tax fraud stuff. But yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, but
Um,
it's I mean, that's the start of everyone's PDR career. Like, you have to start somewhere. You have to get the, because in order to become good at PDR, you just need a lot of time on metal, right?
yeah,
You can go, and I recommend people to go to trainings, to some seminars, to stuff like this, because it will just propel your like your, how do you say it?
a learning curve, you could say.
Yes, the learning curve. Thank you.
Yeah.
So go to that things, because it does propel. It helps
Oh yeah.
hugely,
Oh
but
yeah. Oh
nothing
yeah.
at the end can replace time on metal,
That's it.
especially when you're starting out. And that situation you were in was actually a great situation. It's not the best situation to make money, but it's a great situation to learn, because
Yes.
they
Yes.
probably just fed you with cars and dance
Yeah.
and just
Yeah. Yeah.
work, right?
Yeah. But it was great. I'm so thankful for everything that I became the opportunity to do this craft. But pretty on from the beginning on, it was clear, okay, you got to learn for yourself. No one is coming now for you and saying, okay, you gotta be better, you gotta do better, you gotta fix this then better. No one. So that in these first 3 years, I was looking out for online courses, and I found the real world PDR
Yeah, from Jim Mitchell,
training
that's a
from
good
Jim Middle,
program.
and it was great. It was awesome. So after one and a half year, I hopped on his training online platform, and I immediately skipped beginner and directly hopped on the intermediate. But after a
Did
few
you went
times, I
back?
just
Did you went back to the
yeah,
beginner?
I went back. I
Yeah.
went back, and I went back because I put my ego aside after maybe a year, and I hopped back to the beginner, and I was like, oh man, why didn't you just took the time and watch this video? So much stuff that builds up on another
Yes.
stuff, and this
Yeah.
is something people often forget. They are always like, oh, I wanna fix this dent on that panel on this curve. How can I do this? But to fix that dent on that panel in that concave area, the leads everything from that small dent on an open area that is easy peasy to push out for a season tag, but is the hardest thing to do for a beginner. So it all steps up one on another.
Yeah, it is a process from point A to
Yes.
point B. You go
Yeah.
from start to finish. I
Yeah.
also have an online training now that I launched. So since we are in 26 now, I launched last year in 25, and I had quite a few people also joining and starting with the intermediate level, and you see later they bought the beginner because everybody thinks like, oh yeah, I know something. Yeah,
Yeah.
even if you do know something, right? The way that each trainer teaches you, you should start from start
Oh yeah.
to understand the basic stuff, and then you can build on that. If you just
Yeah.
jump somewhere in the middle, it's like, hey, what the hell is going on here?
That's it. Yeah, yeah. In that stage of your PDR career, you need this. You need to go to the basics. Even if you think you know the basics, you don't know them as good as you have to know them, because they will be in there in every repair. They will be there. You'll need it. So it's I've heard from a PDR student who came out after a 3 months training, and said like, I know these dance, I can push them anymore, so I don't need to train on them. So I was like, damn, why is he thinking like that? I was like 6 years in, and I'm like, every dent, even if it's a small tiny dent, I'm intimidated by it, and even if I don't get paid by it, and it's on the same panel, I will just push it out. I can't leave it in there. So even if the car is like on the other side of the car, there's one little dent, but I have a bigger damage on the other side. I hop onto the other side and I put away this dent, because it's just the overall experience, because I don't want the customer to come and say, oh yeah, I see that one dent. I don't want to have that feeling. I
Yeah,
just want
yeah.
to have the feeling from the customer is like, wow, that guy is a magician. Crazy what he did to my car. It looks like it came right from the dealership. This is what I want to hear from the metal
Yeah.
shapeness wise.
But it's the mindset that we talked about. Like you have to have the mindset of not knowing everything, and you can always learn more. Like you
Yeah.
said, the 3 month guy out of 3 months, he's like, "Oh yeah, I know everything." Like, no, you don't. Like, I'm in now for pushing, like making money with this for 16 years, and I don't know everything. Like, I go and I learn stuff from other technicians as well. So you were, how long were you there at that center? You started there, how long were you there?
So it was like we had then 2018. It was 2018, but and then end of 2019, beginning of 2020, it started with Corona. So this logistics centrum said to me, "Sorry, we don't have work anymore for you," because they work for big car makers, and
So
it's
you
a
were there 2, 3 years?
2 3 years I was there, and then after that they was like just like my father, they was like, oh, sorry, no
Yeah,
work,
okay.
sorry, bye
Sorry,
bye.
bye.
And yeah. And then it was the point like there was one or two body shops where I know prior to that time, because this logistics center was attached to some car dealerships in my local area. So sometimes I had to drive out to do some work at the dealerships by itself, and from there I've learned one or two body shops, and those body shops saved my life. So I'm so thankful till this day. We
Nice.
had our ups and downs, but I know there are some people who hate body shops, but I say I love body shops because
I like
if they're
body
if
shops as well.
you like body shops too,
Yeah,
great.
yeah,
Because they are at the end of the day they are great people. They just try to get their bread, not like a dealer. A dealership is like it's a big company, a lot of people in there. Everyone is like, oh, I'm the best, and oh, I've so much better than he and we, and I sell so many cars and everything like that. But there at that body shops, these are people just like you and me. They just do their work, and they they don't get educated enough these days to do normal metal work. So with PDR, you can do a lot of push to paint for
yep.
these body shops, and you can learn a lot of stuff by doing that. Even if it's just, oh, we have something, can you help out with that? Not They have not a lot of knowledge what will adapt to your PDR mindset, but there are a few points like dolly technique and things like that that you can implement in your work, and you can start doing push to paint stuff, and at the end of the day you maybe got some bodyman tools in your hand, but you're doing great stuff with it, and they are just thankful for not sending the car and not having all the bondo on it. Just be more aware of the whole process. So they helped me really good out. So we helped each other good out. So I made they were the company where they say, oh, there's a good PDR guy in there, you can go in there. I was good because I have touched everything. There was nothing where what I was saying like, no, I don't want to touch this.
Yep.
I didn't say no to anything. Till to this day, I don't say no to anything, but
And that's how you get better. That's how you progress,
that's how you
right?
get better.
If,
Yeah.
if you are afraid of fixing dents, of taking harder and difficult damage, you will not progress. You will stay with your skill level will stay where you are, right?
Yeah,
But
that's
the problem is don't be afraid to fail, because
yes.
like I'm sure that you as well, you took a lot of dents, like started a lot of dents, but you couldn't finish them, right? You messed them up
Yeah,
or something, and it happens. And even if you did it for free, well, guess what? You got knowledge out of it. You
yeah,
didn't get money
that's it.
from that particular dent, but you learned something, and maybe next time or the third time that the similar dent comes in, oh, then you're gonna fix it and then you're gonna make money. But you
Yeah.
could not do it if you didn't do the first two, if you didn't mess up the first 2, 3, 5, 10 dents, right?
Yes, definitely. Yeah, you gotta fail to master your craft, and you gotta. And no experience is wasted time. It is more precious than money, than the money you could get out of it, because if you only have dance where you success, then you can say yourself lucky, because this is not the usual case. So after 5 dents, there is that one dent that is a little bit more difficult, and so there are some dents where I'm like, man, not one dent that is coming good out good. So still to this day, I'm still struggling with some stuff, and this is a big point why I started going to the seminars. And
Everyone
but
is struggling, Zishan. I'm
everyone is
struggling
struggling.
with
Yeah,
some
yeah,
stuff sometimes. You know?
yeah. That's
I'm sure Bryce Kelly struggles with some stuff sometimes. Like
and
everyone struggles,
being
right?
being
But to
able,
push
yeah,
through
yeah,
these struggles, that's the
yeah.
key.
Being able to share the struggles
Yep.
is a great thing. It's a great thing, and that's the point of this podcast and everything, that we can relate to each other. What in a body shop is not possible. When something is not going good at the dealership or at the body shop or somewhere else, but for a retail job, it's always, oh yeah, no problem, yeah. But you have that feeling in your gut where like, oh man, I'm not worth anything, but I'm not worth calling myself PDR technician. Sometimes it is bad like this.
Some days, some dance will make you think like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They will make you think about all your life choices, but this keeps you humble, and
Yeah,
this is
it's good.
it's a really
But
good thing.
there is a saying that I think you also said it, that master has failed more times than an
Yeah, yeah,
apprentice
yeah.
has even
But
tried,
that's right. But
right?
originally, I have heard it from Gene Fatty
Yeah,
in a podcast for a few
yep.
months prior. So the honor is to him.
Yeah. And it is true, right? It is true.
Yeah.
So you got these few body shops, you got work from them, and then that's the time you started making money, right? Not
That was the time where I started
yep.
making money. So it was 21, 22, where the money was then getting better. And before that, it was like, even for this big logistic company, it was not that good money. I was working a whole month for a normal salary, you could say, after cutting taxes and everything. But getting more, I don't have Google. I still to this day I don't have Google. I have
Hmm.
word to mouth was always the case that brought me more customers. So
Okay,
till
yeah,
to this
word of
day,
mouth. Yeah,
word of mouth, word
yeah,
not word to mouth, word of mouth.
yeah.
So that brought me really a good long way. It's
It's the
it's the
best
best.
advertisement you can get. The
Yeah,
word of mouth is the best.
that's the
And the
best thing.
cheapest, right?
Yes, yeah, and the cheapest apparently, yeah. But now you can say so. It is when did lateral tension start? When did JVF start with his stuff? I think 2022, I guess, right?
Yeah, I don't know the exact
Yeah,
year.
so
Yeah.
I've seen some stuff from Bryce Kelly in the internet as I was then 3, 4 years, 5 years in there and doing work for the body shops, and I was so many times I was thinking like, how does he do this? How is he repairing these meshes where I am doing half as bad as my stuff, but I'm doing this push to paint.
Yeah, but
I'm just
Bryce is amazing, man. And
I'm
there's
just yeah.
like Gides, Arilson,
Get
and
this artist on,
a
yeah,
lot
yeah.
of other technicians as well, right?
That are not that are a little bit more in the trenches who don't show their stuff in the internet, but it would be great. Some people from Iraq, they are great.
Yeah,
They do really smashed stuff, and seeing this stuff always said to me, okay, if you want to go through mediocrity your whole life, then you can do this. So it and it is a conclusion I came after hearing more and more podcasts and think like, okay, there is a space for everyone in his life. But I was the guy, and this is my school phase and everything showed this to me, reflected this to me, that I'm the guy I can get lost in comfort. So I am not allowed to myself to be too comfortable with myself, because when you get lazy, you are lazy, and
yeah. It is like this. It
it is your
compounds.
mind.
Everything snowballs.
Yes.
I'm the same way. If I'm in the middle of the hail season, if I'm working my ass off and someone calls me for another dent to fix, well, I'm rolling, I'm going, and I'm gonna, yeah, sure, I'm gonna come at 9 at the evening. I'm gonna fix the dent for you.
Same
If
for me.
if I am a week off and laying in my bed doing nothing, and if someone calls me in the
Oh
middle
yeah.
of the day, like perfect time for work, hey, I have a dent for you. I'm like, well, I'm very busy.
Yeah.
I
Because
was
you're not rolling right now, and your
exactly,
motor is
and you're
not
going the
working.
opposite way. And I gotta say, I got better at this. But I was like that when I started out. I was horrible. When I was chasing hail, and if I had nothing to do, when I was at home, like for weeks, you couldn't get me up and fix one dent, man. There's no way, like, cause I'm in my lazy mode, right? But I
Yeah.
got better at that. That's one thing. The other thing is we also got more work. I'm always doing something. I'm always staying busy, like you said, like you do. Because if you get lazy, like you get super lazy. At least like that. That's me, right?
I've got the same issue, and to be honest, I was working through all the Christmas days. So we are Muslim, so we don't celebrate Christmas time,
Hmm.
and so it was no issue for my family to work,
Yep.
and it kept my motor rolling, and I'm ready for even tomorrow
Right.
if I would have more, work tomorrow. But yeah, now it's like I have this long weekend, and at Monday the new year is starting for me. But I was like rolling through the holidays and just being prepared for MTE too. So it costs everything. Everything costs money, and I didn't want to get those opportunity now out of my hand because of that. Less time I have later, so I've just decided I go for the Christmas days, get the cars in that need to get done. So I
Yeah.
have
You
I can enjoy MTE as my Christmas time.
So that all brings us to today. Who is Zishan today? What are you doing? Like you're servicing body shop dealers,
Yeah.
retail customers. Do you have a shop? Tell us.
So I'm still working as a mobile technician, as a mobile tech, and still those two body shops are still under my belt. So and I got a third body shop that I got the keys from. I got the one of those tools. I got the keys from too. So after 6 p.m. it is like for me I have 3 or 4 opportunities to get there. No one is in there. I can put the alarm off and I can do all the work I want to do all the time. So for me
That
it's
is
like
for
I would,
me.
yeah.
Sorry, that is for me one of the greatest feelings when you develop a relationship that's more than just a working relationship. It's
Yes.
basically your friend or maybe even a family to those
Yeah,
body
it's
shop owners,
and
and they trust you with keys. That's one of the
trust.
greatest
Yeah,
feelings. Like,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, it's good to go work there and make money, but this friendship relationship, this feeling for me is better and more important.
Yes, yes. This gives you maybe that's you the whole life we are searching for something and is a purpose and getting the feeling from the people you work for that you are something for them, especially coming from low income jobs. It is one of the best feelings you can get. So to
Yep.
know, oh, they appreciate me for that what I am and what I do for them. So but it's a win-win situation. So after work, if they got work there staying for the next morning, anything, if it's a car that has the customer has a few dents to get them put out, they done their paint work and everything, or if it's a hail, I do it on the weekend for them, so I don't interfere too much with their working space too. So it is for both sides. It's a good thing, and I do a lot of stuff for dealerships too, of course. But I not so much for car lot dealers, so I
Yep.
don't want to attract them. So I don't like working at open spaces. If
Yeah.
it's like this, if there is no space in there in a shop at a certain day, no problem. I work outside. But if it's a car lot where you only have to work outside, nah, man, we have too much rain here, and I hated to get my work stuff is all soaked up, and you know how it is. It get on a dirty ground, everything gets dirty. So in the shop, at least everything's dry, and that should be the is my minimum thing I want to have. I wanna work in a shop, and even don't need a heater. I got my own heat gun, but just don't please don't let it rain anywhere.
Do you want to get your own shop one day?
Yeah, so I was planning with one of them body shops for building an own PDR shop
Yep.
with a training facility. What I was thinking about for body shops to like the Kiku guys, like Gene is doing, is showing people lateral tension and things like that. But the idea is it's a 50-50 thing. There I got another idea of doing my own thing, but in conclusion with some other people who are at the same place, so I can do my mobile stuff. And if I'm not at the place, those 3 guys are always there that can say to the customer, oh, he's not there right now, so you come next time. But so it is in my thinking, but also I always got the dream of traveling for Hale, but I've built up in dreaming for Hale. I was building up my local area up
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
and
Presence.
now and my local presence was built up, and now I'm like, damn, I
It's hard
cannot
to
go
leave then,
anywhere.
no?
It's hard to leave now. So
I've been on both sides. I've been hail chaser. I'm still chasing hail sometimes, and I do have a local presence as well. And man, it's hard to say what is better, right?
yeah.
It's really hard. Everything has a plus and minus. Um, like
You see a lot of
chasing
nice
hail, yeah,
places.
usually you can get more money per day, but you're away from home. You're away from your family. You're away from your friends. You don't sleep in your own bed. It's not the same as being home, right? And I find with me, the older I get, the more at home I want to be. The less I want to travel. I still want to go chase. I still love to go chase, but not full on chasing all the time.
Yeah, as I started with the career, I was always thinking for, oh, I want to go on Hale, I want to go on Hale, but didn't got the opportunity. But so now I cannot say that I wouldn't be neglected by it by saying, no, I don't want to do Hale. But I, the uncertainty to know, okay, if I leave here, I don't know how to handle it. So I got a brother. My brother is 18 years old. He's getting 19. In 2 months he's getting 19, and I'm training him in PDR. And
Nice.
it's a rough road for me because teaching is really hard. It's not easy, and especially
Yeah.
if you're trying to teach your own family, it is like you
So
got a
so
little bit more fire.
so your brother is a perfect candidate to listen to this podcast. Maybe he's
Yeah,
one of our first listeners,
yeah.
and he would be
It should
also a
be.
good candidate for my online training,
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah,
bestpdrtraining.com.
yeah, yeah. So I've took him with me about half a year, but always on off, on off. I have some stressful days, and I'm like, okay, you stay now today at home and practice on the panel today, and I just go and I just fix that stuff fast and
Is he interested in learning? Does he have the passion? Do you see the passion
yeah,
in him?
he has uh, he has the passion as long as I'm watching.
Okay, okay.
So
Because this is one of the things that I really liked about you. You can see that you have a passion about PDR and the PDR industry. You are going to like the expos. You are going to all the seminars recently. You've
yeah,
been to Canada seminar with Giddes there. We went to PDR college, advanced skills seminar to Texas. Now you were in December. You were in Belgium for
Belgium, right?
the
Yeah, yeah.
PDR masterclass. You can clearly see you have the passion for it, and that's one of the things that I said. Well, because I have the passion for PDR, you have the passion for PDR, and that's one of the things I'm like. Well, maybe we should do a podcast together. And then you told me that we have a birthday on the same day, and I'm like,
Yeah.
it's meant to be, man.
It's destiny, man. We gotta do this
And
podcast.
it sounds great. Žan and Zeeshan, right?
Yeah. That's a
All
lot
all
of
right, we are
coincidences.
slowly coming to an end of this first episode. Is there any? So let me ask you this. For a beginner, for someone coming into starting to learn PDR, for example, your brother, give him one advice. Give him one advice that you want to give to someone that's learning PDR.
Just don't give up. And especially if you know some experienced guy, listen. You gotta listen. If you don't listen, you will find it out by yourself. But by finding out by yourself, it could be that you get lost in the way, lost on the track. So all these occasions online, these teaching platforms, they are great opportunities to get started into PDR. But the most important part, you will hear this every time, is the time on the medal. You got to get your reps in. So those are two stuffs. If you know someone who knows PDR, you definitely gotta hear. And but he's not making you to the tech you have to be to earn your money. So this is all on yourself. So just go, take the rod, go to the panel, and start pushing till you can't do anymore.
Nice, nice. That's a great advice, Dishan. That's a great
Thanks,
advice.
thanks.
So what's coming next on PDR Universe? Well, next week, Zishan is gonna be interviewing me. We're gonna
Yeah,
switch the roles here. We're gonna do a
yes.
switcheroo, and then we're gonna try to bring on more techs. We're gonna find some good topics to talk about. We're gonna go to MTE. You're going, right, Zishan? We're gonna
Yeah,
be
yeah.
there.
I'll be there, yeah.
if you guys haven't been to MTE before, MTE Mobile Tech Expo this year is gonna be the 25th anniversary. It's gonna be the biggest one so far, but guess what? Every year is the biggest one so far. And I'm not saying this jokingly, but the show is so good that every year more and more people come. And they like the first time I went, I think it was like 5-6 years ago, and I've been to every one since then, except the one I had knee surgery and couldn't make it. But it's a great
So it addicted
expo.
you, right?
Huh?
It
What?
addicted you to
Yes.
go there. It's my
Yeah,
first
because
year. So
it's your first year there?
it's my first year, yeah, no,
Ooh,
but
so
I
we're
was
gonna have a good
so
podcast there, Zeeshan. Your first
yeah, it's gonna be
impressions of
exciting. Oh yeah.
MTE.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's gonna be exciting. I had so many occasions now this year, and I'm thankful for every information, every tip, every friendship I made in these expos, in the seminars. So everyone listening, it is money that you spend in your own education, in your own career. It is not like, I'm giving them money and they're now they just let me sit there and will tell me anything. No, every single time I got out of a seminar, I was like, wow. Getting back on my work, I was like, wow. I've like unlocked a new space in my head. It always feels like it's observing someone who does the same that you do, but way better and way longer, makes you a
Or
better tech.
just
If you
different. Or just different, you
or
know?
has a different a different
Yeah.
approach. I'm like a Tasmanian devil. When I start working, my tools are rolling around. I'm throwing around everything, and just maybe you could see on some videos at the Cam Auto competition. At some point, I would have two hammers in my head. Just was so getting sometimes too excited. But seeing Gwedis and seeing Bryce and seeing you, how controlled and how precise and how calm you do your work, gave me the hint of trying this out by myself, by visualizing me. No, you're not right now Zeeshan, you're right now Žan, you're right now Gwedis, and you are hammering right now, and seeing the work right hand by side by side is a whole nother experience. And education is the key in getting better in PDR. That's the point. And Metalhead, definitely.
No, that's a great finishing note. So to everyone, if you're here with us, thank you for being here with us. Thank you for listening to us ramble on and on. We're gonna do this weekly. So if you like what you hear, please subscribe. Please press the like button, and also make sure you share it with other PDR technicians, because the more people that hear this, the better it is for the whole industry, right?
Right. If you
That's
got
it.
any ideas, topics, or anything like that, just write it in the comments, and we'll
Yep.
definitely go back to that.
Any guest ideas that we should bring on
Yeah,
right now? Not next one. Next one, it's me still, because we're getting to know each other. Not just
Maybe-
me, Zeeshan, but also us together. Me, Zeeshan, and you listeners.
Yeah.
So, okay, thank you so much for listening. Have a good one, and we will see you on the next one.
Until next time.
Thanks for listening to the PDR Universe podcast, your home for PDR knowledge, growth, and real-world experience.